Welcome, Annie Collins here for Rosie Studios Creative Club. Today we're going to create this lovely hello card. Let's go over the products I'm using. I'm using the Forget Me Not collection, and this collection comes in 6x6 and 12x12, and it has coordinating cardstock, which I do not have. I'm using the 6x6 pad and the ephemera pack and the sentiment pack. So this pad contains 40 sheets, 20 designs, and 6 of them are foiled. There are six foil designs. This is the ephemera pack, and the ephemera pack has 156 pieces. There are 2 of each, so you have plenty to work with. They're lovely florals and other beautiful things. This is the sentiment pack, and I didn't write down how much they have, but about, I think, 148, but don't hold me to that. I'll be using this tiny little envelope, a tiny little postage stamp, this one right here, and the sentiment, which is hello. I'm going to use the Rosie Studios card bases. These are blank card bases, and they come with coordinating envelopes, and they're white. This is the pattern paper I chose to use. It's really pretty. It has a grid grid background on pink. It's like real pale pink. My camera did not pick it up, sorry. These are our card base, and our elements are all right here. I'm going to pull them out so you can see. I have this tiny little envelope, the little postage stamp, the floral, and the sentiment that will read hello, and this tiny heart. Well, it's not really tiny, but this heart, it is two-tone. It's pink on one side and gold foil on the other. So there are gold foil elements on this little envelope as well. So there's this tiny little postage stamp. It has XO on it, and that is foiled as well. So these will all coordinate beautifully, being that it's from all the same collection. The only thing that does not have foil here is the florals that I pulled out. Other florals in this collection do have foil on them. All right. From my stash, I'm pulling out this postage stamp die, and I will die cut our pattern paper, and I'll do that off screen because my die cutting machine is too big to put on screen. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll be right back and get started creating our card. The only other thing I brought in from my stash was some gems. All right, so here's our cut pattern paper, and I'm left it so we have a nice border all the way around of white. Why? Because our sentiment and our other focal points have white as an edge on it, so that worked perfectly. So I'm going to adhere our pattern paper down using some Burley Art glue. I'm just going to line up my card here, make sure I have it where it opens properly, and I'm going to center this on here, keeping my nice border all the way around. Press that into place, and then we'll set it aside for a moment while we work on our focal point, which will be our little envelope. Now, I trim off this little flap. You do not have to. I did this because I wasn't sure I was going to put the florals tucked into my envelope or not. So I went back and forth, and at first I went ahead and trimmed it. I closed my envelope pieces, adhere my little flaps down. Then I realized I ended up putting my focal point on top of the envelope, so I didn't have to cut it down. So if you repeat this, if you happen to have these elements, the Rosie Studio Forget Me Not collection, and you want to create this card yourself, you do not have to cut that little flap off. All right, so I cut it off, and I glued down all the extra little flaps. Now I'm going to go ahead and adhere the little floral element. So once I flip it over, and this little floral element, I'm going to adhere it like this, just tucking so that you can see the little registration lines that are there. I don't want to cover those up completely because they are little foiled little lines. So I'm going to put a little adhesive right here on the edge. See those little foil lines? I don't know if you can pick that up with my camera, but anyway, I'm going to adhere this element right on top. Press that into place, and then we'll adhere our tiny little postage stamp. It's too cute. I can't get over how tiny and cute it is. I'll put a little dab of glue and place it in there. And I also do not want to cover the little stripy little stripes all around the edge of my little envelope. So when I adhere my little postage stamp, I'm going to make sure I do not cover that up. All right, use my embellishment wand to place that. Put that in place, give it a good press down. I'll flip this over and put some foam adhesive on there. So cute. I just can't get over that little postage stamp. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put some foam adhesive on the back of this, and then remove all the release paper, and then we'll move this around our front of our card to figure out where I want to put it. So you do not have to put this much foam tape on yours. I just like to make sure that it's there and it doesn't buckle down. And I want to make sure all the little floral pieces have enough backing on them. All right, so I'm going to remove all the adhesive backing really quickly, and then we'll continue building our card. So few elements are brought in from my stash. Like I said, you do not have to die cut. You can just go ahead and straight cut this. Just make it your own. All right, so here is our little element. And first I thought I was going to place it in the center. And then I'm not pressing this down. I'm just putting it just so I can adjust things. And I thought I'll just put the hello right down here on top, overlapping my envelope. But I decided to leave the envelope just plain so you can really see that it's an envelope. And apparently I pushed this down a little harder than what I thought. So let me remove it, because I'm going to bring it down some. So I'm going to place it more towards the bottom, and then I'll place my hello above it. So now I can press this down firmly. Now I'm going to, if I can get my hello picked up, I decided, yep, I like that better there. And then I'm going to bring in this little heart, and I'll place it just below the O of my hello. And then for a brief moment here, I was like, should I pop this up? You can. But then I went back to the original plan of leaving it flat and just leaving the focal point of the envelope be popped up. So I'm going to go ahead and use some Barely Art on the back of this and adhere it into place. Make sure I get all those little edges. Get that straight on and adhere it towards the top. Next, we'll adhere the little heart. This heart is so cute because it's two-tone. One side is pink, the other side is the foil, the gold foil. And I'll place that there in an angle, like the love is shooting out of our little envelope. So I'm going to bring in some pink gems from my stash. And I'm going to tell you right now, my camera's going to freak out because it's reflecting, the lamp is reflecting off of the gems and the packaging. And you'll notice here in a bit, it'll start going dim and light, dim and light. I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize it while I was filming. I noticed it after editing and it was too late to do anything about it. So I'm going to go ahead and place these. Here we go with the dimming of the lights. I'm going to go ahead and place these gems. I'm going to place them around our focal points of our sentiment. So one above the H near the hello, one below the heart, two next to the envelope, and one directly on the envelope itself. And I'll show you a little bit of close-up, and you'll see a nice still at the end. I always leave a little still for you to look at. And now we're done with our card. So let me hopefully move this packaging out of our way so you can really see how pretty this looks. Here we go. Now you can see the reflective of the foil and those gems. It looks so pretty. Again, let me go over quickly what we used. I used the card bases, the white card bases, and those are A2 size. We used the Sentiment cardstock pack, the Ephemera cardstock pack, and our 6x6 paper pad, all from the Forget Me Not collection. I will have all of those things linked in the description box below for you, as well as a coupon code for a discount. Here's again one more look. Thank you for being here. I hope you found some inspiration. Don't forget to like and subscribe.